Hi, everybody. Welcome to another live episode of The Grid. My name is Scott Kelby, and I'm joined by two awesome people. To my left, Mr. Eric A-Man Kuna.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Remember G-Man, like from the FBI? You're the A-Man. Also, it is, as of course, since Eric's on the show, an Amazon drinking game day. If Eric says the word Amazon, you have to take a cup of water and take a drink. Also joining me today, I'm very, very pleased to have my all-time favorite guest. How you doing?
Oh boy, here we go.
Sorry, my wife Calibra. Glad to have you here.
Thank you, glad to be here.
This is a very special day. I know that there are like 10 finalists out there very, very excited and kind of waiting to hear. So for those of you who watch the show regularly or Kelby One members, you know that we've been doing this contest where we feature a Kelby One member by bringing them here to our headquarters in Florida, where we have a beautiful art gallery, and we actually get their images printed courtesy of our friends at Bay Photo. They do an amazing job on making these gorgeous prints. We have a gallery show opening just for them, a solo show just for them. It's a wine and cheese opening. We invite local Kelby One members and friends all to come in and join, and then we do a live broadcast afterwards where we interview the artist. And the whole idea behind the whole thing, it was Calibra's idea. She came up with this idea of wanting to take someone in their community and lift them up.
Yes.
Someone that maybe wouldn't get the recognition they deserve from their photography. And I will say this, the submissions this time were hard.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, it was really hard this time, right?
The level got raised way up.
Yes, it did.
Like I don't know if people maybe the first time didn't know what to expect and all, but you know, our first one, Mark that won, I'll say that he had really great stuff and it kind of set the bar, and I think people thought, wow, I thought number one, this is great, this is a really serious competition. Number two, I want to get what Mark had. I want to fly to Florida and I want to have a wine and cheese party with everybody all fawning all over me and everything. It was great, I will say, and you did a wonderful job from the design of the gallery to the opening night party and all. And a lot of people had their hands in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was a lot of work. But it was your vision and everything, and but I was gratified to see how great the submissions were.
Oh, well, absolutely. He definitely raised the bar. So we had a lot more submissions. I think people just took it a little more seriously. They saw that it was an actual gallery. They saw what was going to be involved. You know what was going to happen.
It's not a digital gallery. It's not an online gallery.
Right, and so people. They came out to play this time for sure. So it was really difficult. Everybody sitting in the room this time that had to judge. I mean, it was hard.
Yeah, it was. And we even had so many great submissions even from last time.
Right.
But it was like it really did step up. So we had great submissions from last time, great submissions this time. But this time around, it was very hard.
Yikes.
It was very hard.
But that's what a great problem to have.
Yeah, like, exactly. That's the best problem to have, right?
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'm just looking to see if I can show you this.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Is that a video though? It's not a video. It's a gallery. I think it's a gallery. All right. So if I can just see if I can just show you this. One sec. Oh, I can show you a little behind the scenes here. So if you want to just show my screen here real quick, I'm on video control room 2. So here is a blog post that we did after it, you know, talking about Mark Wegner's. There's cutting the ribbon to open the gallery, and here's us having chatty finger food, amazing cheeses and wines and other little snacky type things. And so it was a very fun night. So it's a real gallery showing. Look at all that cheese. That is, can I zoom in on this? Because this is a freaking amazing amount of cheese. Look at all the cheese and crackers and grapes and the cheese. I have to say, Jean Kendra did the wine and cheese, and she nailed it.
Point.
It was on point, let me tell you.
She's our cheese expert.
Right, and Bay Photo, the awesome folks at Bay Photo did the printing, which came out just absolutely beautiful. Mark was so taken with their printing; it really was. Ooh, there's just like when they're setting up the
Everyone
cheese.
was taken with their printing.
Yeah, their printing was like, and their mounting system also was.
And I'll tell you, I am interested to see how the one we chose this time will print.
Oh, these are going to print
Oh
so
my gosh,
amazing.
that is going to be. I can't wait.
All right,
Yeah.
so anyway, there's the party. We gave people that toured the studios. You can see the grid set there in the background. And then we went into the theater and we got Mark on stage, and it was just a wonderful night. And Larry Becker interviewed him, and Larry was wonderful, of course, because Larry is wonderful. And so anyway, it was a really wonderful night, and Mark and his wife were just charming and wonderful, and we were so very excited to oh, there's a video apparently. Oh, well, there you go.
I hope that I have to figure out how to do opening night better for me, though. I didn't get to spend any time at all with Mark. I had all this, all the planning up to it, and then I was like, "Oh, hi, Mark. Nice to meet you." Boom. I was out there.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was a busy night. It was busy.
It was crazy.
There was a lot of people. There's Jeff Leinbach. Mark had some great images. And then we have our regular gallery. We have a permanent collection of which one of Mark's works will be in there now.
Such a nice person.
Such a nice guy. And he was so good with his interview.
Yep.
He's like, I've never done anything like this before, and he crushed it.
I really liked his tip that he had with where he brought his little frame with him.
Yep.
Look at scenes.
And he's an art director. Not a full-time photographer, he's an art director. Can I tell you what? A bunch of people right now are going, just freaking name the winner. All right, I'm gonna get the winner's name up on screen. Not yet, because Calibra's gonna announce it. So the winner from this year, very, very hard. This person won by just being amazing, and it was just so hard.
It came down to very thin margins on the judging.
Votes, yep.
Yeah.
Well, it did. It came down to, but this person, overwhelmingly in the room, everyone loved this work and cannot wait to see it in the gallery. It is going to be absolutely stunning. And so we are very happy, very proud to announce, and cannot wait to see her work. And I hope that we have the last name correct, but the name and the winner is Melanie Kern Favilla.
So it's on my screen right there. There we go. Congratulations to Melanie Kern. And wow, does she have amazing work. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it. To love it and to see it. We saw it on a very large screen because in the judging room, we put it up on a big screen. Give me just a second to pull it up here. And we're just going to give you a hint of it so you can get an idea. But oh my gosh, give me one sec.
Yeah, Calibra's right. Everybody was blown away. They're
blown away.
And when you see it big too.
Oh yeah, when you see it big.
It's just stunning.
It's just beautiful, stunning work. And the lighting is so subtle. Everything is so soft.
Yeah, Melanie, if you're watching, I mean, you are really just killing this. She's doing it right.
She really is. And just we were so
beautiful.
Impressed. And just, I mean, so many of these things are just.
And
look at these.
Yeah.
Look at these. She's got this.
Okay, well, don't show too much.
Yeah, don't show too much. We're not going to show it. But we want you to see.
Look at that, though.
Oh, come on.
No, don't show it.
No, don't show it. All right, that's enough. Anyway, we're so excited for her, and we're looking forward to welcoming her and a guest here to our headquarters for the opening night of her own private gallery showing, and we're very excited.
Yes.
Yes, very big,
very
big stuff. So we'll have more news. We're working, we'll have to work with her on the date of the opening. And of course, we'll invite, if you're a Kelby One member, you're invited to come from wherever you are. You can, of course, come for the opening night, hang out, and be a part of the whole night. It'll be tons of fun. We'll all be there, and it'll just be fun.
Yep.
All righty. Hey, we got a lot of shout outs here. Loopy Bridget says, Calibra, hello.
Hello.
Peter from London says, now, I always say it's Peter, and it's P-I-O-T-R. Is it pronounced, do you think he pronounces it a little different? What do you think, Jen? Or is it just Peter like you would say Peter?
I don't think he's ever corrected it.
He never has corrected it, so we'll just call him Peter from London.
Or maybe he just laughs and laughs and laughs.
It's not Peter Treadway, it's the other one. All right, oh, there's Peter Treadway, hybrid Peter. Peter says, evening all. And Bob from Oz says, hi, Calibra and the boys. Fernando says, hello, Calibra, Scott and Eric.
Hello.
He says, Chiqui Nando is waving from Lisbon, Portugal. Lisbon. All right, let's see who else is here.
And
Artist
Clinton.
First is here. Hi, Scott,
Jordan
Calibra and
Kelby.
Eric.
I think you know that guy.
Oh,
Jordan.
Hi, son.
Hi, buddy. It's our son off at college.
Favorite comment. Sorry, everybody else.
Favorite comment, winner. And Rabino Wen, the very famous.
Oh, yeah.
Yay, we love
All right,
Rubino.
hello,
We got to
Rubino.
meet Robin Owen, who also is known and will always be known as Rubino Wen. We got to meet her and hang out with her at Photoshop World.
Oh,
She's
I just love her.
awesome. We do. We like adopted her. She's one of ours now. Anyway, so we have a very interesting show today. So what we did is we asked our readers or viewers, we asked somebody to send in their websites. We're going to be not critiquing their photographs, but critiquing the design and layout of their websites. I will say this, from when we started doing this a few years ago, yeah, it's getting a lot better. People are moving in the right direction, but there's some interesting things. I do want to say something. The most important thing that will happen today, the gallery was very important. The most important thing is it is Terry White's birthday.
Oh.
Technically,
Yesterday.
it was yesterday. But Terry White's birthday is kind of a rolling month where you just celebrate over and over again. So
Never ends.
we're going to take a moment and sing Terry happy birthday because we love him. Here we go. You guys have to join in. Jen, Juan, you guys have to sing too.
I'm not
Like a
None of
TGI
us
Fridays
are,
kind of thing.
She's a good singer. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Terry. Happy birthday to you. That was a lot more mellow than I was expecting.
Trying to let everybody
Happy birthday,
be heard,
Terry,
but I
and
don't think
many,
they can
many
hear them
more.
over there.
One of the best guys on the planet. Very, very awesome, awesome guy, and wonderful teacher, instructor, and all that stuff.
And look at Sue Sanders giving a shout out that webcast, a great webcast this morning.
Oh yeah,
this afternoon here.
Well, look at that.
Ready to shoot again.
Yeah, so we had a webcast
and that was
today.
An awesome webcast. It really was. We were in the control room watching it, and we were just like blown away. We were inspired in the control room by it, so it was really cool.
I don't remember the last time I worked on something so hard. I started working on it on Saturday, and I've been working on it all the way up until we went on the air. But it was called Beginner's Breakthrough, and it was for beginning photographers. We had a tremendous turnout.
Oh, look
Thousands
at
of
look
photographers.
At the next one.
Sue Sanders says, great webcast this morning.
That was the one. Look at the below it, where's Triple J from Alabama saying, I just joined Cali One after watching the free webinar today. Look forward to learning.
All right, great. Well, that was really cool.
We're glad you're here.
Hey, there's Larry Becker. Look at that. We just mentioned Larry. There he is. Larry says the gallery opening was a lot of fun. I was just surprised by that such a classy crowd allowed me in the door. Come on, you were like the master of ceremonies, Larry. You were like the centerpiece of it. So,
Larry's the centerpiece.
All right. Ben says yes, it's grid o'clock. Best part of the week. Ben and Bridget are here again from Nottinghamshire. Great to see you. It's great to see you as well.
A very nice and talented couple.
And look, Kathy Porepsky. Oh, she gives you hugs.
She gives
says
the
hugs,
best
KK,
hugs.
and she says nothing to me, like whatever.
Hugs back, Kathy.
And Mississauga, Ontario, in the house. Hi, Maria. Anyway, let's get rolling. Let me think. Did we catch everything? We got Terry. I think it's time to go. All right. We had so many people send in sites, and I have a bunch of them. We're going to go through them one at a time. And we will start with Bob McClanahan. Bob, let's take a look at your site. All right, so Bob looks like a Napa Valley based. He calls himself the Napa's photographer. So there you go. I do really like his tagline. That's pretty good because you're kind of planting like, this is what I do. I'm the guy. And he's obviously got some very good photography.
And it's telling you what type of photography he does right there.
And he has easy, you can get around easy. But Bob, can I tell you, I don't mean this in a bad way, but Bob, your photography is too good to have postage stamp size thumbnails on your your site. So what it is you've got a lot of really good, really small photos. Now, Bob, you've been doing this long enough because you're really, really good to know that you lose impact. When you have photos that are thumbnails, they lose all the impact. Look at your Milky Way shots. Look at your Lenny Kravitz. I mean, you've got really, really good stuff at a really, really small size. I would love to come to your site, Bob, and really be just like, wow, this guy's good. But I look and I go, oh yeah, this guy's pretty good. Now, the whole top row is cut in half, so I see double amputee. What do they call it? Headless chef.
Is that responsive though? If you like drag it in, does it do anything? I mean, you're at full size right now. I'm just wondering if that's part of the template. Yeah.
Oh, it shows a little bit.
So it's resizing the images as it changes.
This is bad though, because I'm seeing feet.
Yeah.
The whole top row is feet, and even if I resize it, I still get.
Yeah.
Well, the only other thing about that also is that someone visiting the site might feel like they've had enough of an experience just by looking at the home page.
Yeah, to not dig any
and not
deeper.
dig
yeah.
in any deeper.
Yeah, definitely. I see
Dang.
that. And because you can't click on any of those, can
Can
you?
you? I don't know. Oh,
No.
no. Oh, come on.
See, if you could click on them, that'd be a little bit. Well, still, I wouldn't click on them though. It doesn't seem like intuitive
Right.
to click on them.
So, Bob, you got great photography, but you're not presenting it in a way that I think really shows off your great photography. Let's look at one of your galleries real quick. Let's hope it doesn't say nudes like first. Wow, what a rotten loading I have here. All right, so slightly larger.
Not too much larger.
Yeah,
You're right about that. It's like the photography is not the main point. It's
Yeah.
not the focus.
yeah.
like
And you know what it is? Bob, when I click on your portfolio, I just want to see your images. Right, so
really, the segue, bringing the photography more front and center.
absolutely.
You know, but
Yeah.
then not making it so much about that tile of photography or those small images.
Yeah, how
you
far do
know,
I have to dig in let's see
get,
what happens
like,
when I go there.
And then it's tiled.
Now do I click again?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Bob. 4 clicks to get to a decent sized photo. Come on, Bob. You're too good for this. Bob, you know what to do.
But the photography is great.
The photography's
you're
on
right,
point.
though. That's what it is at the end of the day. Like that's one thing that like sites like, I will say, like Adobe Portfolio, right? When they design a template, they don't make it to where you have to click so much to get a large
Right,
image.
yep.
Right? And I
Yep.
think that's what you're pointing
That's
out
a
there.
really neat, that's a really neat shot.
Yeah,
too.
it's a really neat shot. It's really good photography.
I just saw a comment from Johan. He goes, I don't think Eric gave it his all in that birthday song, so let's let him do it again.
Oh, you don't want to,
Solo.
trust me.
Yes, Johan.
I like the sound of the solo
I am
thing.
with it. I am with it. All right.
You do not want to hear
All right,
that.
so we have a good photographer with a site that makes you work too hard and the photos. But look at the shot you got on screen right now.
Yeah.
That has impact. You know what I would have thought of you as a photographer? If this was the first image I saw, this size, I'd be like, dang, this guy's good. I eventually came to the, to the idea that you were good, but your site just really lacks impact. You have great photography. You're really, really good. So.
Well, but that's what Calibre said spot on in the beginning of by having the tiles, you're not really featuring like your work in that size that like had that impact, right? So I might actually look at those tiles and be like, oh, okay, that's it, and you kind of leave.
Good.
You know, but if you see it at that size, you're like, wow, that's really good photography. Like you can really tell that they've mastered the craft, right?
I really like this shot though. All right, so Bob, we got a little bit to work on, but not bad. I mean, not horrible, but you could do so much better so easily.
Well, the
Taking away those
photography
clips.
is so good. It would be a
Yeah.
shame if people didn't dig deeper to see it. So, and it's so pleasing. The way he has all of those images. It is very pleasing to see them all like that. But I would be afraid that people would think they've seen enough and leave. And boy, you'd hate for them to miss, something like that. So maybe a few that are really, pull
Okay,
you in.
Don't show this one, Bob. Bob?
Maybe a few that really
Client
pull you
wanted
in
that.
like that, and something like this would be better.
All right, Bob, you have 2 things to do. It's time to look for a new layout for your site. And that donut shot's got to go, whatever. This, you know that, but you knew that already. Okay, so we're off to a good start here. Bob's got a pretty good site. We got lots of comments coming in. So Bob from Oz says, should you have blurbs under your shots? I wouldn't have thought so. You know, at the end of the day, Bob, most people just want to see your pictures. They just want to see your pictures. And I'm okay with seeing captions. Like, you know what I hate to do? I hate to go to a site that's like a travel site and see a picture and they don't tell you where it's at. Like I'm going back to my site and adding little things that just say, you know, I mean, I'm not going to say, if you see the Eiffel Tower, I'm not going to go, Paris. But
The only thing I would say is, like, if it's a project, or because I know just
a
from
personal
doing the
project.
gallery thing, if it's a personal project, or if it's a set of images that require some explanation, then maybe just for that grouping, explain, like, this was a project that I did because of blank, blank, blank.
Yeah, totally agree
something
there.
like that. Especially if all the images have a similar look or quality or something like that. That is helpful.
Oh yeah.
But maybe not for every image because probably people won't read it. But for a grouping, I think it's helpful.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now that's a nice chair. Where could you get a chair like that, Eric?
IKEA.
Where else? You're not helping, Eric.
Maybe on Amazon.
Hey, there we go. Drink up, everybody.
I was already drinking. I knew where that was going.
Fernando says, I didn't hear the A word yet. What's happening with Eric?
Yep.
I know, it's crazy. Hey, I do want to say, before we go on to this next person's website, I have something new on the set here. So Svetlana, who is, I see Svetlana in the Kelby One community, the online community. Svetlana,
that's an awesome name, by the way.
It's a great name. She was really wonderful. She came out to my seminar in, I believe, Minneapolis, and brought me this gift that says a thing I say all the time, like a boss. So this is my
awesome.
Like a Boss. There it is. So thank you very much, Svetlana. It was great getting to meet you, and thank you for the very. So now I'm going to find a place for it back on the grid set where it will live happily ever after, like a boss.
It shall live like a boss.
Like a boss, like a boss. All right. So Bob, take a look at Mark Ruddick here. You're going to take a look at Mark and go, oh, my images could look like that. Give it a second here. Look at that. That has got a lot of impact right there. Like, I go to his shot and I'm like, wow, this guy's good. Like, right off the bat. Right? Fitness and fight photography. This one seems a little out of place. And you know why? I would just say this, Mark. I know that he's leaning against the cage, right? So you see the bumper at the top? So watch. That shot doesn't have the impact of any of the others. Like, that's got a lot of impact. It looks like me looking in the mirror there. Very, very. But this, get rid of that and crop it closer and you can have that same impact. We'll know he's in a cage. You don't have to have that bumper to know, or we don't think like, hey, he's just hanging out by some chain link fence.
Well, it just
and
kind of
it's black behind
a
him.
weird position too.
Yeah, that's a little weird. But anyway,
compared to the other ones.
But this is wonderful. Now, book your shoot and portfolio. Nice. Let's check out that portfolio. I haven't looked at any of this stuff yet, so this is not bad. Not bad. These are big enough to tell. I would like them a little bigger, but you know what? You're shooting a lot of tall shots, and it's hard to display them.
If you click on one, does it?
If we click on one, does it get bigger?
And then you can
Not
navigate.
much.
No.
Not much. Let's click on a wide one and see. Let's just go back. I like his site though overall. Whoops, I went back too far. Let's click on a wide one here, like this one. See how much more impact the wide shots have?
Well, that's the internet, right? Like you say, penalizing.
Yep,
you,
I
right?
talked about this today on my webinar. I talked about how the internet punishes you for shooting tall. So because he shoots so many tall shots, Mark has chosen a layout that actually kind of helps with that. So the back button is not being awesome. It's going to take me all the way to the beginning? That's weird.
Does it do that? Like if you push the back button, does it go back to the beginning?
Well, I click it and nothing happens. So let's click here, and then I click the back button, and nothing happens.
Oh, yes. So his page is not like loading a new page when you're interacting with it, you know?
It's not doing anything. I one click and nothing happens.
Yeah.
I have to click a second time, and it doesn't go back. So, Mark, you got a problem with your website. We were able to uncover today. So that's it. Okay, so, but anyway, I like Mark's work. He's obviously very, very, very talented. I really like his lighting. It's very subtle and stuff. I mean, he's a really good photographer.
This gets lost up here.
Yeah, so your name with the white,
it's okay.
We're already on Mark's site, and I'm not as worried about that. But this is pretty good. I think he's done a nice job.
Well, that's the problem too with the home, with the impact, is the white lettering when you first come to it. You know, over some of those images, it gets a little lost.
You know, and Mark, just for the record, I have this same shot that Calibra took of me, and it's you could just swipe his face out for mine. Am I right?
Well, you could, but I think your abs are a little more defined.
Thank you. I didn't want to say it because it's bragging.
That's okay. I can say it.
Thank you. You can say it. All right. So. All right, good job, Mark. You know what else I really like? I really like the way your name looks on the front page. That Mark with the red and against. I mean, you have a very striking, professional-looking website. I understand why you have to kind of do the tiered thing. It's not my favorite, but I think for the kind of work and your composition and stuff, this is an example of a great website. So nicely done, Mark. And let's see who's next. Let's look at Ulrich's website. All right, so here we go. This is Ulrich. And
again, this is that site that brings the big image photography right to the front.
I love the big image. I mean, as photographers, what do we want to do when we make a print? We want the biggest print we can. Who wants a 4x6? Nobody. Who wants an 8x10? Who wants a 19x13? Okay, now you're talking 16x20. Yeah. So the only thing about this is there's only one button. It's portfolio. So what this is putting a wall between you and the images. But it's that's not too bad. Let's take a look. So you can scroll these images. So here's what a lot of people would say, and I'm just going to go back and forth with this. These pictures are big enough where I don't know if you need that previous screen. So you add a big screen, which is basically kind of a wall. Then I click through, and I come to very large photos. I think this should be your home page, Ulrich.
Yeah, it's almost like you're making me click one other time for not much.
Good photographer, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like he's kind of shooting dance and action sports.
I mean, the way you could do the page before is the same way that, what was the guy before? The guy we were just looking at.
His name was Mark, I think?
Yeah. So his had the book, a shoot, and portfolio. Because there's just a portfolio button there, I mean, there's really no reason for that page. If you had something on the page previous, like contact me or something like that, you don't really need it. You're right. You just don't really need it.
This could be your home page. The images
anytime
are
you can cut down clicks, right?
Yeah, because people they don't click very much through
What happens when you click on one of those images?
It moves to the next one. So you don't have to. What's nice is you don't have to go over and hit the arrows. So anywhere you click, it moves. That's nice. Yeah. Let's go look at portrait. Well, I'm having a deja vu. Good photographer, though. Sports. We like sports.
So let me just ask you, this is just a question, not a judgment in any way, but do you feel like you get to experience each image in this sort of scrolling way?
You know, there's something.
I really question this because I see this a lot, and it's a question I ask myself because, you know, I know this is a way that it's done, but I'm wondering sometimes if I'm able to really experience each image like this because I'm still peripherally seeing two other images.
Because the other images don't go out of focus too, or like darken or something like that. They're still there. And here's the other one. When you resize that for like mobile, how does that work? How does the side scroll work on an iPhone?
I think you swipe, I guess.
Well, but does it resize the images and then is it going to be this weird kind of like sizing? But I'm with you of like, because, you know, looking at a lot of galleries too recently, even too when they do that with the up and down scroll. So not just the side scroll, but the up and down scroll where you'll be scrolling and it's like, the image will be bigger or wider than your resolution, so you're not able to see the whole image, and then they won't even let you click on it. Right. I think if you let us click on it, it would go to full screen and then we could navigate. That would be okay, but not allowing somebody to interact with it on an image by image basis.
I don't know if that's something that's available a lot, because you see this a lot. You know, you see this type a lot, and I understand that, you know, in the age of the internet, or the age that the internet is now, that it's a, you know, a convenience thing so that people can look quickly, you know. But I think that we do need to allow for when someone wants to stop and appreciate an image, that chance is given.
Yeah, well, it's like you should have me give me the option to click and then have that single image and experience.
Like if you want to scroll, that's fine. Let people scroll, but just for instance, this, you know, his images are so nice. I want to be able to have that experience.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, I was trying to get it on. I can't hit our wireless. I'm looking at his site on my phone. I was going to show it to you guys.
I'll get it for you. Hold on.
But my wireless near is bad. But when his site shows up, it loads It's a vertical scroll.
So it does the same thing,
zoom
only
in here?
vertically?
But that's what I was talking about, the vertical scroll. That actually is, to me, harder than even that.
Yeah,
Well, I think you're seeing more
You're
of
seeing
the
more of it.
other,
yeah, you know what it is?
other-
I'm seeing 2.5 images on screen. Right here, I'm seeing the image that you want to see. Here, we're going to scroll down, right? Or scroll up, I guess. There we go. You're seeing almost 3 images on screen at once. I really just want to see the one. You're a good enough photographer that, you know, people are still going to see that you're good. But if you really want them to experience your work, I think you're right. I think you're right. Hey, look, Melanie Kern
Yeah, there you
says,
go.
"Hi, gang. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. Thank you so much to everyone for the amazing support. I still can't believe it. What an honor. Wow."
Oh,
yay,
congratulations.
All right, so
Yeah,
there
but
you go.
that's you're seeing like multiple images in one screen. It just, because they don't gray out or they don't kind of fall off to the background.
Because I've seen this. So Ulrich, I've seen this where the sides are dark.
Yeah,
and then
that works.
Yeah. So
That works for me,
I
at
don't
least.
know where your site is from, but I'll bet you they have. Anyway, your work is terrific. I overall like the minimalist. It's nice and clean, but I gotta go with you on that. And I couldn't quite put my finger on what it was I didn't like about it, but that's it. It really is that you're not seeing the image and focusing on it. You're seeing half of this one, or a quarter of this one, a quarter of this one, and on mobile it's worse. So
Yeah.
all
Well, that's
right.
why I always liked it too. I mean, half the traffic anymore comes from mobile, so you have to always be concerned.
Well, I think it's that struggle where you're trying, you don't want to burden the person coming to your site. You want to make it a quick enough experience because attention spans are getting shorter.
Yeah.
But then you do also want to be able to provide an experience, and you want them to be able to, you know, to have that. So I think maybe if there was something out there where that was possible for you, so that you could still have that scroll, but then let it be that someone could interact with just one image, I think that would be great because, you know, the images are so nice.
There you go.
Yeah. It's
All
almost
right.
attracting. Yeah.
So let's take a look at this one. MJB Photos. This is obviously a Smug Mug site because it says Smug Mug up in the top left corner. You got a buy now button. What am I buying?
Yeah. And also, it's a weird place for the social sharing to be up there too, and the buy now. It's almost like it's in the wrong place. Like usually this would be lower on the site or over to the side. It's like violating everything we're used to. So that up there, and two, it gets lost in the background of the photo that's there. Everything kind of gets lost. It almost seems like it's just not configured right. Like the template or
Something's
whatever
funky here.
or whatever they're using isn't configured right.
All right, let's take a look at the pictures. Let's go to portraits. All right, little squares.
Yeah, you see how that jumps too? You see
The buy now?
Watch this. You see how it jumps and like a buy now kind of scrolls with you? There's something weird going on there.
Do you think it's like a connection problem we're having, or is that with their
No.
actually
I think
on their
it's
site
something
like that?
with the site, and it's something.
And you know what? When you actually go to the photo, it's so small.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I think, MJB Photos? You're on Smug Mug, you're already paying for it. They have Smug Mug has some beautiful templates. Just go change your template. It's time for something new. Because you're a good photographer and you got nice work, but everything's kind of small and just, except for your homepage photo. The other thing that I would say is your homepage photo is not your strongest photo by far.
Yeah.
You got to pick a picture that is like one of your best photos, like I want to see your first photo and go, wow, she is really good. And I look at the first photo and I'm like, oh, okay. Now, once I start looking through, I start to realize, okay, you're pretty good. Let's get some of your really good work up front. And and let's look at sports.
And I don't know, that buy now thing is really weird over there.
The buy now thing, I don't even know. I
Like-
just don't get that.
What happens if you click buy now?
Oh, good. I'll go to PayPal and pay.
Yeah, that's just,
It's time to start over.
yeah.
Maybe it's just
MJB
something's
Photos,
not
you're already
functioning.
paying.
Yeah,
You're
something's
already
not
paying
functioning
Smug
right.
Mug. Go look at the Smug Mug's homepage. They have all these
Yeah, you're
beautiful
absolutely right.
templates. It's just time to pick a new one.
Yeah.
All righty. All right, let's look at, uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, Dominico. First off, I just want to let you know how jealous I am that you live in Italy. So that's why we're going to give you a bad rating, because we love Italy. I'm going to just say a few things.
Because we're jealous? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. So,
well, that's bad.
Dominico, I really want to see your images, and I come to a page about you. Your default page is about you. And then when you wrote about you wrote it in really small letters and in all caps. You're just like, I'm trying to make this as hard as I can to make sure you don't read it.
It's just the typography, it all just fights with you being able to read it.
All right.
Everything.
How much can I actually see of the picture of Dominico? I can see about a third. Because your camera, you know what I'm seeing? Mostly a picture of hands and camera, very little of Dominico. So
well, that's a very popular thing for photographers to do, that photo of themselves holding a camera. So
good.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Let me put it this way.
Understand why
if Dominico showed up on the shoot, I would not sure I would know who it was.
Right. No, it's a good critique, but I'm just saying that.
So what happens if you click on Dominico's logo up here? Does it go? I mean, is About Me page is his homepage? Yeah.
And I think sometimes when you see that, I think that that he probably feels that he wants someone to trust that he's legitimate, and so he feels like he needs to sell maybe himself first. Yeah. And that's just a little backwards, because you want them to feel comfortable with your work first.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can explain yourself. So just have to flip that a little bit.
Yeah. So what happens if you go to one of his other shots?
Let's go to architecture.
Architecture. Yeah.
Well, we know why your About Us is the homepage.
Maybe. Yeah, it almost looks like it's
something's wrong here, Dominique.
Not populated. It's
it's under construction.
Something's under construction.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
All right, we just heard from Ulrich. So Ulrich says, "Hi guys, my website is from Squarespace, and I tried to do a lightbox kind of thing, but I really couldn't figure it out, unfortunately." So Ulrich, here's what I would say: I don't believe that there's a lightbox feature for the theme that you have chosen. But Squarespace has all kinds of wonderful themes. So go just go. Squarespace is the best one about giving you a one-click to well, they're second best, but they're very, very good about one click, and it loads a new theme, and you don't have to commit to it. Find one that really showcases your images nicely. So that's what I would say, Ulrich, is you got to get a better site, because your stuff's good.
Yeah, but it's
not bad. Don't get me wrong. You have one of the better sites. There was a time, Ulrich, where you would have had the site that won the day, but your photography is too good to be buried in that layout you have. Let's just look at some of the other ones, and I think you'll have something. Hey, you know what? Let's take a break. We haven't taken a break, and we don't have that much time left in the show. So let's go ahead and take a break. We have lots of comments coming in, and we'll be right back here. We have Eric the A-Man. Calibra, my sweet doggy dog, and we'll see you guys. I just made that up. That's a new one. My sweet doggy dog.
We're going to come up with a new name when we get back. Yes.
Tonight?
Yes, we can.
All right, good.
Yeah. Immediately, actually.
By the time we get back from break.
Hi, everybody. Scott Kelby here. So I did this online class called Just One Flash, and it was based on I was running into so many photographers who said, yeah, I bought a flash and I'm just not getting the results I wanted to. I'm kind of disappointed with it, and I'm not sure I'm going to use it. And I'm like, that's heartbreaking, because just one flash can be amazing. And so I did this class, and I started from scratch. We started on the set. We went through the gear. We went on location. We were here in the studio, did the whole thing. And it was my most popular class of the entire year. And those people said, wow, I learned a ton. I'm finally falling in love with my flash. Maybe you could do a class where you add just one more flash. So I did. It's called Just One More Flash. So this is now how to add that second flash to add more depth and dimension. We talk about lighting backgrounds, we talk about kicker lights, hair lights, all the things you can do with that second flash. And it's found only here exclusively at Kelby One.
Hi, I'm Dave Clayton and welcome to Kelby One and my new class called Photoshop for Social Media. In this class, we're going to be looking at all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube, and I'm going to show you how to create some great looking graphics to get your brand out across your social media channels. we're just going to quickly dive in and have a look at how to place images, how to save them, upload them, and at the end of it, hopefully you'll get your brand out there on your social media channels and they'll look great. Check out my class, Photoshop for Social Media, exclusively here on kelby1.com.
Hey guys, Christy from Shark Pixel here, and I am so super thrilled to be bringing you this fully loaded new class all on retouching eyes. All right, you are going to learn things like how to accentuate or change eye color, how to add dimension, how to open eyes in multiple different ways, and lastly, we're going to get really advanced and start adding some luscious lashes to our images to really make those eyes pop. So stay tuned and watch my new class only on kelby1.com.
Get me out. Hey, we are back with Calibra.
Oh, very good.
And my sweet doggy dog here, Kuna.
Eric, I think you wear it much better than I do.
Well, thank you.
He does, doesn't he?
Appreciate it.
Yo, A-Dog. A-Dog, as we call him.
Hey, Mark has a good comment there.
Mark does have a good comment. Hi, Mark.
You know, Mark was saying you could choose not to show the Smug Mug logo in your Smug Mug settings.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of times when you're using a template or you're using something with one of these services, just making sure that you go in and actually go through the customization settings that you can use or you can do to make sure, and you can experiment a lot of times. You can like turn stuff on and off and see what works. And like when it says, hey, should I show the Smug Mug logo? Maybe I don't want to show the Smug Mug logo, so let's take it off.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. That last person. I think the last person, MJB Photos, was mine. Marshall Boyce says, thank you for the information. I have to watch the grid first, but then it's time to revamp my site. Good on you. All right.
Yeah.
That's why, Marshall, that's exactly why we want to do this show every once in a while. You haven't done, I think it's the first one that we've done this year, but that's why we want to do it every once in a while, because it's hard when you don't get feedback from outside your own walls.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I think it's, and I love that you're doing that. I love that you're doing that. You got good photos, you got to have a good website to show them. Peter from London says, try Piotr. Is that right? Is that Piotr?
Piotr?
Well, just like it's spelled then, right? Piotr? All right, Piotr. We want to fix it. He's like a regular. We gotta, he's one of our buds.
Piotr.
We gotta, all right, Piotr. Well, that'll always separate him from Peter. It will. Piotr. Piotr. Hey, Piotr. All right, Fernando asked a question for Calibra. When is your iPhone class going to be available?
Oh, well.
You shot it. It's been recorded.
Yesterday,
Hey,
as a matter of fact.
Right. So I actually sat in the control room for about a half an hour for it. I cannot wait for this class to come out. Everybody on the set's like, I learned so much. I learned so much. I learned stuff. When you were putting the outline together, I'm like, I had no idea stuff that you did. But can I tell you what I loved about it? I love seeing how you do it. I really liked your post-processing stuff.
Oh,
You
thank
post-process like a boss. So.
Like a boss.
Did you say like a boss, my sweet,
like a boss.
my sweet dog?
Well, so it looks like that class should be out in just a few weeks.
Few weeks?
Oh, in
Yeah.
a few weeks.
All right.
The 14th, it should be out.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, it was great, and you did a wonderful job. I'm really excited
thank you.
to see it. I was very impressed. Like that was your first time doing a class, but you were so natural, and
It wasn't terrifying at all.
you couldn't tell from the drinking on the set. Rabina Owen says, I'm building my website. I need to learn how to do it right the first time. All right, Rabino, can I help you? Rabino, I happen to know that you are a Photoshop and Lightroom user or some kind of creative cloud person. So Rabino, included in your Creative Cloud, you're already paying for this, is a free, honest to goodness, awesome portfolio. So can we take a look on my screen real quick? It's called Adobe Portfolio. It comes, you are already paying for it. It has great different things. Let me just show you. These are templates that are already there. All you have to go is just click on the button called Use This Layout. By the way, here's how I'll tell you how to get to it. You just sign in with your Adobe user ID, and you just start uploading your pictures, and you just choose the just whichever one you like. Here's one called Thomas, Sawdust, Matthias. Marta. Lucas. Look at these. I went, and this is a sample of some of the photographers that have their portfolios up right now on Adobe Portfolio. Just amazing. Here's where you go. Go to myportfolio.com. You sign in with your regular username, your Adobe username and ID, and then it just goes, okay, choose your template, where you want to start, and you can change anytime. One click.
Well, that's what's so great about it. I'm like, I feel about Adobe Portfolio how I feel about Amazon, right? So, Adobe Portfolio is awesome. You know, another thing that Adobe Portfolio will let you do is you can do your own domain name. So you can actually put in like
your own domain. You don't have to use
domain.
So but they'll host it for you.
They'll host it, but then you can put your own domain name on there. So if you wanted like the one that you already have, or you're paying, and that's the thing, you're already paying for it. I mean, if you're already paying for the Creative Cloud, or you're already paying for the photographer's plan, which most people watching probably are.
You could have it tonight.
You can have it tonight. And then really, if you want a URL for your domain, that's like $9. Right. You know, you go to GoDaddy and buy your URL.
Can I give a plug? I have a class on this. I have a class on how to build your portfolio from scratch on Adobe Portfolio. If you're a Kelby One member, go watch it. And we have a whole new track that we're putting together just for portfolio. We have Stella Kramer teaching you how to build your portfolio. I've got this class here. We've got the amazing night, a night with Joe McNally, where he goes and does live portfolio reviews. Anyway, go watch my class on Adobe Portfolio. If you're not a Kelby One member, go ahead and take the free trial. You can watch it tonight. You will have your website up and running tonight. It will cost you $0.
Well, look at there. Doc Chevalier was saying, I had 10 students go from nothing to published on Portfolio in less than 2.5 hours.
You know why? Because Doc is like a boss. How you doing, Doc?
But I mean, that's what it is. Like, and I think your class is what, like, is it 90 minutes or?
I think it's less than that. Yeah, it's an hour-ish.
Like, if you watch that class and follow along with it, you're a couple hours and you have a portfolio.
Yeah, you'll be done. You will love it. All right, let's see. Johan says, Calibra is editing like an Amazon. All right. Rubino Owen says, thank you, Calibra, for pushing me to use my iPhone.
Oh, you're welcome.
David Rosenstein asks, how often do you offer these live events? So, David, this show that you're seeing right now, which is sadly very live, as was just written this earlier, is every Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. The live webinars like we did today, the Beginner's Breakthrough, well, we do one a month.
Member only for at least once a month.
Yeah, at least once a month.
Sometimes twice, right?
Sometimes twice a month. And once we do them, even though they were done live, we archive them so our members can watch them afterwards. Yep. So it's just like a member benefit thing. Antonello Di Cio, I hope I said that right, says, hello, Kelby. Antonello from Rome. Still fresh memories of your walk in Venice. Great to watch your video live. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. CS Farkey, 18, great name. You mentioned Adobe Portfolio and also the size. What photo size should you start with to use on Adobe to show pics the best? I believe I looked this up at one time, and it's in the class. I think I did either 2200 or 24 pixels on the wide side.
Yeah, it's something like that. But
it's something like that.
I think you go over that in the class.
Yeah, I go over it in the class. I got a whole class on it. All right, let's see what else. Let's see. So Havard asks, I would love to get feedback on my site. Where do I submit my webpage? Well, we do this every so often. The day before we do it, I go, if you follow me on Facebook or you follow me on Twitter, I'll put out, hey, today's the day to upload your websites. And man, we were flooded with them, flooded. John Mayfield says, I was going to submit my site, but I didn't have time to change out the insects on the opening rotation. Ooh, John, ooh. Yeah, he would have never made the show. All right, let's go. Leslie Jones, you're on deck. Leslie Jones, you're on deck. Leslie Jones, you need a new site. Can she get a new site? Yes, she can, because her site stinks. Look out. Here comes the Leslie Jones.
Well, it's a Wix site that it's a Wix, so it's a template. It's a template that Wix has that then they're customizing.
Yeah.
That background's a little distracting.
Oh yeah, the background's super distracting. That's easy enough for Leslie to change.
That's easy to fix, right? What happens if you select on a photo? Nothing.
Oh.
That's not good.
Oh, Leslie. Hey, Leslie, look up in the corner. Hundreds of templates. It's time to change templates. So, Leslie, you want to show some, look what a beautiful picture you have right here. And it's like literally.
I can't see it.
It's tiny. It's really small. And you got to make these bigger. Now, you're doing that same thing where you shoot tall and you shoot wide and you're trying to accommodate them both. But you're a good photographer. You got to have a better sight than this. You're getting it for free at Wix. Go choose a template that really shows off your stuff. Let's go choose high school graduates. Oh. Leslie, did the text just come spinning in?
It did.
Leslie, come on. Tell me the text didn't just come spinning in.
But and then the background fights with it again. It's that you know, it's like it's not a.
Some of the photos aren't loading.
Is Wix free? I thought
you
had paid
no, Wix is free. Yeah. I think you can pay like a premium for it. Yeah. You can but.
Well, I think the thing about it is this one kind of has more of a social site feel to it than a portfolio site, which may have been on purpose, you know, for the type of photography, but it might just be a little too much. It's not focusing enough maybe on her photography.
Yeah, it's very a lot of the stuff that's and it almost seems like the template wasn't built to focus on showing photographic work.
On
like
the
it was meant for something else. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels a little too social.
Yeah.
And then maybe also when we first went to it, it had all the different types of photography, which is a little confusing all at once.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just all over the place. There's landscape, there's wildlife, there's bridal, there's portraits, there's sport, there's athletes, there's musicians, there's a boat. It's kind of just.
If you go up to the top, they say, because I can't read it very good because of the background, but specializing in senior, family, beach portraits. So there's a lot going on.
In everything.
Yeah, I kind of maybe specialize in a couple of those things or one of those things, and then that be your homepage. Like what you really specialize in.
All right, so Leslie, you know what we're looking for, right? We know we're trying to kind of do that. So let's pick a new template. I think you know where we're trying to go. Go like what Steve did here.
Yeah,
right?
I think
big, bold. Steve.
What it is about that site, Leslie, is that it has too much of a social feel and not a professional feel.
There you go.
So if I were looking for a photographer, that would be the thing that would probably throw me a little bit. Is that you know, if I was looking at other sites, they would feel more professional, and that would be a shame because your photography would be good enough, but your website would not leave me with that impression. So that's the comment, you know, and that's why these critiques, and it's such a great thing that you're doing this, because you know, if that's the only place people get to experience that, so yeah, that's why I would definitely look to do something else.
Hey, I like the guy we're looking at here, Steve Roberts. Now, this is not one of the best ones. He had some really great images here just a minute ago. So that's pretty good. I want to get back around the horn. That's a very nice image right there.
Yeah.
Titans and the Falcons. You know who won? Falcons. Yeah, they did. Rise up. Hashtag. All right. So let's go look at some of his images. Let's go look at NFL because, you know.
Well, so you can interact. It looks like you can interact with the images, too, on that homepage, too.
All right. A little bit smaller. And I'm hating the watermark there, and you know that.
Yeah.
The watermark doesn't stop anybody from stealing your photos. All it does is ruin it for everybody else. Anybody can get rid of your watermark. There's a million tools in Photoshop to get rid of your watermark. All this is doing is destroying everybody else that's not stealing your stuff has to have their stuff destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, that watermark, especially the position of the watermark, you totally lose the image.
Yeah, that's the site's okay. The watermark is just awful.
So where would be a better
Matt
place
Ryan.
if he really felt strongly about having
If
that
you want
watermark?
bottom right.
Bottom right corner if you
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean,
do branding. But he's not doing branding.
Right.
He's made it like transparent. He's trying to keep it from being ripped
if
off.
you're gonna do that,
No, I
like, maybe
understand that. I'm just
smaller.
saying for
Yeah.
him, where
So
where
maybe
would
the
be a better watermark?
bottom right,
Yep.
kind of
Exactly.
smaller.
Bottom right corner right down there. Hey,
Right.
shout out to Joseph Bruno, just renewed my Kelby 1 today. You're the man, Joseph. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph.
right down there. Matt
Yeah.
Ryan. Good shot, Matt Ryan.
Right.
No, but you're
But I just
absolutely
wanted to,
right. I mean, you got
to tell him, where that would be
All
a
right,
better
not a
placement
bad
for
site.
the watermark.
And let's see what happens when we click into a good photographer. Steve is a good photographer.
So you went to portfolio first, and then you went to college
No,
football?
I went to NFL and then I went to college football.
Well, NFL was laid out different than college football.
Very different. Yeah.
So it's like it's not consistent.
Now let's
That's
see what
weird if you
NHL
have a
brings.
different experience.
Oh my gosh.
Like if there's different experience between.
So look, he's got the caption data pulling from the and then you go, pick one and go with it, Steve. And there's portfolio. If I click here, is portfolio.
Yeah, like if it do the tile with the NFL or do the big one. I personally, I mean, I like the big one. And
I'd rather have the big one.
You have to be very careful about what images you display at that point. That's where like somebody like Stella Kramer would come in and tell you, pick the few best images and show those.
Yeah.
And we've how many images have we seen here that you're scrolling through? There's already so many. But so that is, this isn't really a photo critique. This is more a website critique. But you're having to go through
Way
so
too many photos. Way too many.
Yeah.
Pick your best, 20 to maximum of 24. Oh, when you click on it, it looks better.
Yeah.
When you click on it,
yeah, it goes full.
I wish it just looked better from the beginning.
Well,
Anyway, Steve, you're a really good
already
photographer.
full.
I think you can tweak this a little bit and get in some good shape. Let's look at a few more. We don't have much time left here. All right, Zach, let's see what we got. Oops, Melanie's name just came right back up, popping up there for absolutely no reason. We just love her. Congratulations, Melanie.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. What just happened? Oh,
Yeah.
Zach.
There's like a link underneath that photo.
There's a link. Well, I clicked in the middle of it. I clicked in the
Crack me
middle
up.
of it. It takes you to that. Oh, Zach. Oh, Zachy Zach. What does that give me?
So it starts scrolling.
Oh,
yeah.
come on, Zach. You don't have a bad website. You do have that thing that's a problem, and I'm seeing a quarter of this or third of this photo, part of that, and all of this. That's
What happens
not,
if you select on that photo now? Because so if you select on the photo, it moves right. Before, the first couple photos,
It
if you
linked to
selected
other
on
pages.
it linked to something. So it's either or. I would probably lose the selecting on a photo and linking because people won't do that. When I'm selecting on a photo, I'm expecting a photo to pop up or to
nice
go full
wedding
screen
stuff.
or to have some kind of
Can I
light
get
box
those
effect.
cupcakes? I like those cupcakes.
Everybody
All right, let's
likes
see what
those
happens.
cupcakes.
This is nice. All right, I'm going to say you're 75% of the way there, but you got to kind of get some consistency. But you're 75% of the way there. That's not bad. How about my 2 cents images? Nice big bold photo. So I like this vertical better than the horizontal for the reason that you mentioned earlier. This is
Which
a squirrel eating out of my hand.
You can actually, with this one, see the whole image as you scroll, but it can get a little weird,
Yeah.
Until then you land your scroller in between.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that.
It's Glenn
Glenn
Dewis. Hey, what a cool, kooky guy.
Oh, look at
Who's that?
Who's that?
With a Fender Strat. Oh, you knew that was going to get me, right? With my Strat, there's our C. All right, we need some consistency here. This needs to be your starting picture right here. Big, bold. All right?
Clearly.
Big. That's, really focus on this picture. In fact, the focus of your site really should be, this picture.
That's just your 2 cents, right?
Yeah.
That's
All
your
right.
2 cents.
We got a little work to do on the site, but you're not out of the woods here. It's not. That's very nice.
I'm with it. I don't like the scrolling or left or right. It just weird.
I want to click
me.
and go to the next one.
Yeah.
And
like,
if you click
for photo sites.
Oh, if you click on that, it went to a
portfolio
different
sites especially.
Yeah.
Like it's just because you land your scroller when you're scrolling like half a window.
All right, guys, we have like 30 seconds. I'm going to go through a bunch of sites, and you give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Ready? Oh, we already saw that. We know that's kind of thumb sideways. All right, Steve Christie.
Right away. I mean,
We're just thumbs up or down from the home page. Is that it?
Well, we'll just take one click and see what the galleries look like. Steven, I think it's time for something better. You're a good photographer.
Yeah.
The site's not awesome. This shot looks like it's cropped for the site, not because you cropped it that way.
Mm-hmm.
If I click in, I go to
smaller, then even smaller, and then click again, then I get back to large.
Once you get in there, it's not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
It's almost like if it was there, once I got past the category, if I was right
He's
into
a good
there.
photographer. All right. Let's talk. A thumbs up, Eric, thumbs up or down?
I'm kind of sideways. I'm going to go sideways
Calibra?
on it.
Sideways?
Sideways.
Yeah, sideways. This looks nice. Let's go to, this is portfolio favorites. So this is, and look, you click and it does what you expect it to do. Nice. That's nice, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's look at travel and landscape. I like this little dots over here, let you know how many images, and you can click right to the next one. This is actually a very functional.
I think that works well.
This is a very functional website. High thumb up.
Yeah,
I like how
I think that works
easy
well.
to get to what you want.
Yeah.
And then the image is the main focus is the image. The
This is
navigation
good.
kind of falls off to the side.
Adam, so far you have the site of the day.
That you can actually see the navigation and see how it works. I think when the image takes up everything and you have to kind of guess how that's a little scary sometimes.
It is consistent too. Mm-hmm. Scott Jeffcoat, first, like the first name.
So the first thing is
Ooh, yeah, baby.
do Mark's trick and take off the little smug
That's
mug
so
check.
cute.
Yeah, go. Mark Rodriguez said, you don't have to have Smug Mug up there because all that does is confuse people. What's Smug Mug?
Yeah. Is that your logo?
Is that your
Smug
logo? Are
Mug
you
logo?
a Smug Mug? Am I calling Smug Mug? All right, let's look at your portfolio. Let's portraits. Not crazy about that. Ooh, this is nice though when you get big. You know what? Why can't we just start here? Let me go through a few.
You know when you can start there, and I hate to keep on saying it, it's when you watch things like Stella Kramer's class. When you actually get down to your best work, then you can do that.
Yeah.
But when you are hanging on to so much work and you're putting so many photos on your site, you can't do that. Because if you got so many categories and so many photos,
All right,
you got to have all this
we're
stuff.
2 minutes over here. Delgado Photography. All right, so far I'm liking it. I like the photographer.
Seems to work well.
Very well.
Yeah.
Let's go look at wedding. Let's go to wedding portfolio. Hey, that's a little frisky there. All right.
Well, they did just get
This
married.
isn't terrible. Well, yeah, they're married. It's okay. We click. What do we get? A big thing, and then we can do it. All right. Good stuff. Very good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice shoes.
I like that.
All right. We have a winner. Nicely done. Are you guys seeing this?
I like the thumbnails at the bottom. That's nice.
Travel food people outside. Whoa, you roll over and they're live? That's interesting. I'm not sure I like that at all, but it's interesting.
You know what?
I don't know. I think I
actually
kind of like it.
I really like that.
I
That's
kind of like
kinda
that.
Is it just me?
I don't know.
All right.
I really also
Well,
like
it
how they-
kind of tells you whether or not you want to click on it.
Yeah.
Now you're scrolling down. Eric doesn't like that. This is not a bad site, guys.
It's not bad. It's just, what it is that weird. I don't get like the scrolling, like where you land in between. I can't see the whole image. Can you click on it and see the like?
No,
you probably can't.
That's it.
It's kind of
you know what it does? It requires you. It requires you to angle it upright.
Yeah, to like move it.
Like you have to kind of get it in the right spot.
Like what if you just scroll down, and like there. If I land there, I got to move it back up, or I got to move it down.
Yeah, you're making me do the work for you. It's not a bad site,
That's
though.
not the worst thing.
No.
But I do
It's
think
not-
that's
it's not
kind of
bad.
neat how
last
you
one,
scroll
last one
over.
for the day. This is it. Brandon Montrone.
That's
Nice
pretty.
photo.
Yeah.
Let's look for mirror monsters. That looks like a. Oh, I see what you're doing here. It's like a monster. These are freaking me out, Brandon. This is very interesting. He's got a John Paul Campanegro thing going on here. John Paul does that flippy stuff. It's really good.
See how when that scrolls sideways, it lands you always perfect
In
on
the right,
screen?
yep. That's
what I'm talking about.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
If you're going to do that up and down or left and right, I'd be cool with that. Or when I scrolled, that it would scroll one click and go down.
This is
So
interesting
it works
stuff.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, it works really well like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope you found that helpful. Thank you guys for tuning in. You know, we have some giveaways. I didn't mention the giveaways. Let's give them away real quick. Number one, a Lens Pro to Go $50 gift card. Juan ran to the other camera because you know what Juan loves? He loves a close-up of a Lens Pro to Go gift card. There is nothing Juan loves better. All right, we're going to give away an awesome Platypod Max right here. This is the ultimate, like, support you put a ball head on here and your camera on top. Hey, let's go see where their Kickstarter campaign is. They got a Kickstarter on the new Ultra. Let's just go look real quick. I'm going to go see where it's at because it has been going. They tried to raise $20,000 for this new one, right? And they raised it in the first day. In the first day, they raised $20,000. They're at 84,000.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh! Congratulations to them. Their stuff is amazing. They have thought their like you can see right there. I mean, it comes with spikes to put it on rocks. It's just got every cool thing. And we're giving away their Big Daddy one. This one's for the bigger DSLRs right here
the
today
Max.
in a box. The Max.
You know where you can buy the Max?
B&H?
No.
No.
Well, you can buy it at B&H, but I would buy it at Amazon.
I was going to say maybe one day we'll go Amazon.
All right. So we have that great gift to give away. So here's where you go. Go to kelby1.com/contest. Enter there to win. Tell us which one you want to win. Do you want to win the Platypod or do you want to win the Lens Pro to Go? Make sure you get the Lens Pro rental card because they rent stuff, right? They rent you like gear and lenses and stuff. Only in the U.S.
Yeah, I was about to.
So you can't be in Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uzbekistan.
Jonathan says, hi guys, I desperately want/need a new website with far better showcasing of my image. Been looking at DVI and Squarespace. Any thoughts of the pro and cons? Yeah, Jonathan, go to myportfolio.com. Now, if you happen to be that rare person that says, oh, Scott, you know what? I don't have any kind of creative cloud, not the photographer's plan, nothing. You're gonna pay for Squarespace. Or you're going to pay for Divi or whatever.
Well, Divi is going to require you to. It's a WordPress thing where you're going to have
You gotta kinda
WordPress.
know.
You're going to have hosting. I mean, it's cool.
Squarespace is
You
great.
could do a lot of customization with that, but it's not going to be. I mean, Divi is going to be probably a more advanced thing because you're going to have to know WordPress. You're going to know Divi.
Squarespace
you're gonna have to know
has beautiful
web
templates.
hosting, you're going to have to know all this stuff.
Yeah.
Where Squarespace is going to handle most of that stuff for you. Adobe Portfolio is going to handle everything for you. You know, so it just matters on what you want to do. I mean, you can definitely customize it. That's the one thing. You just got to make sure that, you know, it's your whatever fits you at the stage you're at.
We're going to roll out with just showing this site here, not because we're going to critique it, because it's pretty good, but these are really nice photos. And
This is Fernando.
It's not our Fernando.
That is Fernando.
He has that big long name?
Yes.
He never uses that big long name.
Yeah, but that's Fernando.
My God, no
Beautiful
wonder he knows everything.
photography.
That's what I was
I didn't
saying.
know that was the real Fernando.
That's Fernando.
The real
Here we go.
Fernando.
Let's go right here.
Will the
Let's
real
see.
Fernando please stand
Is that
up?
the real Fernando? Like Nando, like Cheeky Nando?
There's Nando.
Oh my gosh, it's him.
Yep.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, his site's
Dang,
good.
he's good. And his site's good. Dang. See, I see the Fernando Santos. I didn't see the Ferrara dos Santos and all. You know, that's his like proper name. We just call him Nando. Nando. All right, we got to go. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Mayor in the booth. Jen, you were wonderful over there in the comments, as always. Juan, you're dapper. Cleaver, thank you.
Dapper.
You're welcome.
What's my name? What is it?
Well, you're a doggy dog.
A doggy dog.
You're sweet doggy dog.
Sweet doggy dog.
I forget. We'll come up with something by next week. Thanks very much again, and congratulations to Melanie Kern.
Oh yeah.
Favila.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying
That's what we're
until
saying.
she corrects us.
Until she corrects us. And today we learned it's Piotr.
Piotr.
We got to say it like we're from Alabama. Piotr. Hey, it's my buddy Piotr right there. No?
I don't think everyone from Alabama sounds like that probably, but okay.
I've been there, they do. Thanks, guys. We will see you next week. Where?
Oh, Amazon?
Oh, God. No, on the grid. On the grid. Well, you say Eric's broken.
We'll see you here on the grid.
Bye-bye.
Next week on Amazon.